Picture this: you're navigating the tumultuous seas of entrepreneurship, trying to steer your ship towards the promised land of profitability. And just when you think you've got it all figured out, the law of averages saunters in like it owns the place, reminding you that in the grand game of business, nothing's guaranteed, but patterns tend to emerge. So, what exactly is this law of averages, you ask? Well, it's a bit like the universe's way of saying, hey buddy, expect the unexpected. At its core, it's a statistical principle that suggests over a large number of trials, the outcomes will tend to converge towards a certain average. In simpler terms, it's the idea that if you repeat something enough times, you'll start to see a predictable pattern emerge. Now, let's apply this to the world of business. Imagine you're running a coffee shop. Some days, you'll have lines out the door with customers practically throwing their wallets at you for that sweet caffeine fix. On other days, you'll wonder if you accidentally stumbled into a ghost town. But over time, as you track your sales, you'll start to notice a trend. Maybe Mondays are slow, but Fridays are booming. That's the law of averages at work, my friend. But here's the kicker: just because something tends to happen a certain way doesn't mean it always will. That's where the beauty and frustration of business lies. Sure, you might have a rough idea of how things will pan out based on past performance, but there are always outliers, curveballs, and wildcards waiting to shake things up. Let's talk about risk. In business, taking risks is like playing a high-stakes game of poker. You assess the odds, you weigh the potential payoff against the potential loss, and then you make your move. The law of averages reminds us that not every risk will pay off, some will downright flop. But if you play your cards right, pun intended, and you make enough calculated bets over time, chances are you'll come out ahead. And then there's failure. Ah, sweet failure, the not-so-secret ingredient in every entrepreneur's success story. Because here's the thing, failure is just another data point in the grand experiment of business. Sure, it stings like a slap in the face from an angry octopus, but it's also a valuable learning opportunity. The law of averages teaches us that failure is not the end of the road, it's just a detour on the way to greatness. Now, let's talk about the flip side, success. Every business owner dreams of hitting that elusive jackpot, the moment when all your hard work, dedication, and sleepless nights finally pay off. And when it happens, because trust me, it will, the law of averages will be there to remind you that success is not just a stroke of luck, it's the culmination of countless tiny victories, setbacks, and lessons learned along the way. So, whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or a wide-eyed newbie just dipping your toes into the shark-infested waters of business, remember this: the law of averages is not your enemy, it's your ally. Embrace the uncertainty, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing forward, because, in the end, success is just a numbers game.